Review that review.
All right. Okay, so first off the bat, you guys, I just want to say that this is going to be a long one. So go ahead and buckle into whatever it is that you're sitting on, because we are going to be here for a little while. This review is an Amazon review for a product, with one of those titles that's, for a product with one of the titles that infuriates me. So let's get started. It is Keyfinder Esky 80dBRF item locator with 131 feet working range, wireless key tracker with 1 transmitter and 4 receivers for finding wallet, remote, pet, and passport, receiver batteries included. So it is one of those.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yes, it is. It is one of those fob things that you put on your keys or whatever it is that you keep losing, so that you can find it. It'll ding for you or whatever. And
got it.
And that's what it is. So here we go.
So what kind of review is it?
So, good question, Trey. So, this review is actually a 5-star review, which is unusual. But when I came upon this review, I was actually researching the product for a friend that constantly loses her keys and such. So, when I came across this review, I was like, I got to bring this in. So, here we go. This is written by Lisa in Seattle. It is a 5-star review. Verified purchase.
Wait, that's the username? Lisa in Seattle?
Lisa in Seattle is the username. I feel like we have a lot of Lisas on this show for some reason. Do we? Oi, Lisa.
We did last week, on the after show.
Yeah,
Oi,
exactly.
Lisa,
Oi,
right.
Lisa, right? Okay, so the title of this review is Tortoise Adventures, and then in parentheses it says, with poetry. Okay?
What?
Get ready. There once was a tortoise. Her friends call her Clyde. She likes to go wandering and then likes to hide. A remote little corner.
No.
A tortoise-sized nook. Maybe under the dresser or nestled with books. The darker, the better. A good place to snooze. All quiet and comfy is where she will choose. It's all well and good till it's time to come home. You'd think I could find her, but this time, heck no. Will she come when called? She's a tortoise, so no. Will she make any noise? She never has. It's the boys that tend to make noise, and then under very special circumstances. Will she snooze for the better part of 3 or 4 days or more because it's winter and that's what she does? Yes. So, given the above, after a couple of cursory searches, did I then crawl around on my hands and knees with a flashlight at 11 p.m.? Yes. Twice? Yes. The second time, did I break out my professional grade knee pads because nobody over the age of 12 should be crawling around on hardwood floors, aka I'm too old for this crap? Yes. Did I spend a restless night dreaming of turtle gobbling house? Did I spend a restless night dreaming of turtle gobbling house coyotes and turtle-sized holes in my walls where she could fall into the crawl space and get trapped and starve to death? Yeah, she owes me big for that. The next morning, did I begin to methodically tear up my house, moving every piece of furniture that she could conceivably hide behind, looking in places that a baby mouse couldn't squeeze into, much less a 1.5 pound tortoise? Why, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I did. And thanks for asking. Did I drag out the vacuum cleaner? Because OMG, it's astonishing how much dust accumulates under there. Sigh.
Ew.
Yes. Halfway through, did I enlist the assistance of a highly amused friend? Yes, highly amused. And did we find the errant tortoise 5 minutes later in the very next closet? Of course we did. The same closet that I had looked in 3 times already? At least 3 times? Do I have any clue how she got in there? Because I don't remember that particular door being open at any point the day before. Nope. Still no idea. Do I absolutely love this product? Seriously? At this point, do you have to ask? Yes, I highly recommend this product, especially for anyone with a small house roaming tortoise. P.S. Right, the actual review. I like this particular product because it's small and light enough not to bother the because I like this product because it's small and light enough not to bother the tortoise. You can replace the battery, and there are 4 fobs in case she gets another friend or 3. Her current friend has exactly 2 hiding places, and I know them both. I also like that it's base-oriented and not app-oriented. Apps can get updated past the phone's OS. Get depreciated. Oh, nope. Apps can get updated past the phone's OS, get deprecated, or otherwise just go away. E.g., the company gets bought and tanked by a competitor. This thing worked day 1 and will work after the zombie apocalypse takes out the internet. P.P.S. Kitties. Don't use anything permanent to attach. No glue or Velcro or even super sticky tape. Your tortoise can definitely feel it. Her shell's a lot like your fingernail, and her spine is actually at the very top. I used low adhesive masking tape, then stuck it to my sweatshirt once or twice for good measure. Worked like a champ. P.P.P.S. Her name
No.
is... Wait. P.P.P.S. Her name isn't really Clyde, but I'm claiming poetic license. I'm an Amazon reviewer, not the poet laureate. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, Trey. I've never seen you speechless before.
I am
It's
so
like
repulsed.
She took all the words, you have none. I know.
Okay.
Talk to me.
First of all,
yes.
I actually really like the name Clyde, especially for a female.
Yeah.
I think that's like very cute.
But Lisa in Seattle
I think
was
that's
lying
where
to us the whole time.
what do you think its real name is? Like Michelle?
How weird is that? Like, oh God, there's so many weird things about this review. That's just like one, but take us in.
Okay, so it's like, first of all, I can't even get over the fact that you would put a GPS tracker on a live animal.
Oh, by the way, there's a photo of the tortoise with the tracker attached to it with like a very large strip of masking tape. And that's like that's the photo before the poem, before I don't even know what to call this, honestly.
I mean, there are companies that make dog and cat collars that have
Right,
like a
sure.
GPS like thing
Yeah.
built on the collar. That feels more humane than like using masking tape. Also, question for spelling question.
Mm-hmm.
The PPS,
Yeah.
is it kitties or kiddies? Like kids, KIDS?
Kitties.
KIDDIES?
Like DD. Like kids.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, why would you put sticky stuff on a cat? I thought we were talking about a tortoise.
No, like she was like, at that point she was being, it was like teacher
Kids.
moment. Like kids thinking they're going to do
Ay.
this with their tortoise. Don't do this. Yeah.
You know, Lisa from Seattle
Oh, God. Yeah.
really exposes a lot about
Lisa in
themselves.
Seattle.
Like,
Lisa
I never...
Lisa in Seattle.
What'd I say?
From.
Oh. Wait, is it IN or just a capital N?
IN. Lisa in Seattle.
I actually have that written down. I don't know why I said from. Oh, because I'm thinking of Sleepless in Seattle,
Yes.
but that's still N. That's not from.
Right.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
I don't think that I need to ever know that when I'm reading a review for a key fob GPS tracker that someone has a lot of dust under their couch.
Oh my God, Trey. Like, that's just like one of the many things we learn in this review that are completely unnecessary. I mean, literally isolate PS and then chuck the rest. Like, this is like, kill your darlings,
That was going to be
Lisa.
my...
Kill your darlings, Lisa in Seattle. Ain't nobody got time for this. Ugh.
I mean, that really occurred to me. Like, if you have to say, quote, PS, the actual review...
Yeah.
You're reviewing
You're doing
wrong.
much. You're reviewing wrong, Lisa.
It's too much. This is wrong.
You've given us like way too much. It's like it so misses the mark. It had potential to be
I
funny.
will
Like when I
say-
first read it, I was like, if we would have just done the like rhyme joke and then kind of just like went into the review, it might have been like, oh, good for you, Lisa in Seattle, for trying to be creative. But because we went on and on,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like they really lost the humor by going on too long.
Too long. What's with the rhetorical
Also,
questions?
So many.
So
also,
many.
I love that Lisa talks about the search for Clyde, who is, I guess, named
Something
Angelica.
else. Yeah.
That they were doing cursory searches, which is what I
Yes.
think like we do every week for these reviews.
Oh my
Cursory
God,
searches.
so cursory. I know, but like you understand, this is a 5-star review. I don't usually bring these in, but when I saw this, I was just like, oh my God, how could I not?
No, this is a great selection.
Yeah.
You know, I will say, I think that so much of this review is inappropriate and
Yes.
insane and just to turn off
Cringy.
because they think they're being more clever than they are. It's total cringe.
So cringe the whole time, especially because they kept referencing the audience and being like, don't you want to know this detail? And you're like, no, Lisa in Seattle, I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Lisa in Seattle does in their final like in their first PS at the end,
Yes.
they mention actually really great points I've never considered. The value of a base versus an app that could eventually be outdated or
Right.
sold off to a company that closes.
Totally.
I've never considered
and also
that.
like like my
But
parents,
also
you know, like older, not that to say my parents are old, but like, you know, even the generation above us, it's like then they have to learn how to use an app. This is easy.
Right.
Yeah. That's why it's a
all
shame
right,
because
so
it's like
what do you think?
there's a kernel of truth once we get to the review of it all.
But I think you really lose your audience if you're not providing what the point is until the PS.
Right.
You've lost the audience.
And also, like, how far down the PS train do we feel like one can go? Like, I don't think I've ever written a PPPS. I feel like if you're there, again, edit.
Yeah, it feels
You know what I
like
mean?
a note you would write like in school to your
Right,
friend, like
yeah.
check yes, no, PS, PPS,
PPS, like, yeah, like,
PPS.
yeah, it's very odd. How old do we think that Lisa is?
That's an interesting question because it did. That I don't know. I kind of thought they were probably in their 40s, but
well, they do say like I'm too old for this crap, you know. So they think of themselves as old.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd say they're probably.
I just don't understand I don't understand the intention of writing a poem.
I just think this is someone who, God, has a lot of time on their hands. Maybe took a funny photo of the tortoise, like with the thing, texted it to their friend Diane in Phoenix, and like Diane in Phoenix was like, "Oh my God, Lisa in Seattle, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. You should write a review about it." And then Lisa in Seattle was like, "I understood the assignment." And then you're like, Lisa in Seattle, you didn't understand the assignment. You failed.
I feel like Lisa in Seattle's tortoise is like their personality trait. I think they lead with that for everything.
Slow and steady wins the race.
They don't spend a lot of time. I don't think Lisa in Seattle spends a lot of time looking in the eyes of the person that they're speaking to see the reception of what they think is interesting. Oftentimes, because I just think this misses the mark on so many things. The value here, I think, comes in the PS, but I'm annoyed that it's in the PS.
So annoyed.
I think Lisa in Seattle is being truthful because I appreciate the salient points they make about the base versus the app, and that they, you know, were able to actually like find their little 1.5 pound tortoise, you know. But I mean, do we think that that's common? I can't even. It's like, what? Who else is buying this for a pet? Like, wouldn't you be buying this for your keychain or to put in your wallet or on your phone or something?
Well, what's interesting about that is like, so you know when you're buying a product on Amazon, like I was legitimately looking up key finders for a friend that like always is losing her keys, and I like brought up that they have this kind of thing, and she's like, they do, and I was like, I should get this for her. So I was looking up this thing, and then you know when you look at the reviews, how if like the standard breakdown of reviews is like most useful or something like that. So the way that they do that is it's by the one that has like the most likes. That's how they do it. So if you like, or that like the most people have clicked to say this is helpful, that's how they like rank it. So because Lisa in Seattle is like so ridiculous and crazy, and obviously I'm not the only person to see this review and go, wow, this one is, you know, a little bit off a rocker. Like 2,249 people have marked this helpful. So this is the first review that you come across if you go to this page. And it's my hypothesis that this is really just a key finder, but then when the person that was selling the product saw in their own reviews that the top review is this fakakta tortoise story, they added pet finder to the title. Just a hypothesis.
Oh, was that in the supercalifragilistic title? I missed that.
It was like towards the end, like it was like, yeah, but it, you know what I mean? Like
added on.
If I could see that as a consumer of this product, I'm sure whoever is running this page and looking at the back end knows that their top review is Tortoise Adventures with Poetry by Lisa in Seattle. And with a picture of a tortoise with the device taped to it. And it has so many likes that it's probably like dragging up their ranking. So if you can't beat them, join them. And then they just add it to the title.
I mean,
no.
I am ready to crown this, but I want to ask you, because we didn't discuss this.
Yeah.
Chelsey just spit out her drink.
I just think it's so funny because
what
you're
is the
like
spelling and
so
grammar?
Annoyed by Lisa in Seattle that you're like, I'm done. I don't want to talk about her anymore. Excellent.
Accurate.
Right. No, I know. Spelling and grammar is excellent. All very good. Lots of like parentheses, which I tried to impart in the reading. Some capital, but not crazy. And like, it looks like a very long essay. Like it's broken into paragraphs and stuff, you know. Let's
Do you know how many paragraphs there are?
Oh, I could count them quickly. Well, the poem is 4 stanzas. And then after the poem, we have 16 paragraphs.
What? That's 28 paragraphs in total. Lisa in Seattle, I'm ready to crown you. Let's do it. All right. So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards. And in an effort to be fair and not influenced by one another, we will simultaneously reveal our ratings.
The queens are tabulating. Total score.
Oh, I'm like a little
come
conflicted,
on.
But, okay.
Oh, interesting. Trey is holding up 2.5 crowns for Lisa in Seattle, who I thought he was like really not into. And I'm holding up 1 crown. Trey, why 2.5 crowns for Lisa in Seattle?
I mean, I do think that, okay, I have to just put aside that I don't think that Lisa's humor is my humor.
Right.
And it got very tiring and really old.
Yes.
But I can't negate the fact that Lisa did actually really sell the product to me, because it does make me think, oh, like this is like there's no discussion of the battery dying out or it being like bad. It actually like is really great. I am not sure if like this is animal abuse to like put this tracker on a tortoise. Like something about that feels like very inappropriate. I don't know anything about tortoises, but I don't know. I said 2.5 because there is some valuable information. I appreciate Lisa, not taking life too seriously and wanting to be clever and cute. But if you have a 20-paragraph review, girl, you need to edit. You need to edit. Like you said, trim the fat, kill your darlings. Yeah. Come on. Who do you think wants to sit and read a 20-paragraph anything if they're not reading Reader's Digest?
Or they're
so
not
for that reason, I said
review
2.5.
They're not a review queen that scours reviews for a living. Okay, first of all,
Lisa. All right, Chelsey, why did you say 1 crown?
I was gonna say, first of all, Lisa in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. I have to give Lisa in Seattle 1 crown, mostly because I just don't think that they get their message across, right? Like, if I feel like I need to go on a scavenger hunt within your review to find the review, you've lost me. And if you've lost me, then you're not adding value to the information that I want to get about the product. I think, again, if I wasn't someone that scoured the internet, or I wasn't somebody that was very into like finding a really good funny review, which I always think I have when I find a review that has 2,249 people who found it helpful, I would feel like I'm going to skip this because I want to find a shorter review that's going to actually give me the nuts and bolts. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to end up getting glossed over because it's way, way, way too heavy. And because it therefore is not useful as a product review. 1 crown for Lisa in Seattle.
Word.
Yeah.
Baby, it's time.